Hi, this is Human Essence, and in today's video, I will be covering the Dan Markel case, but first I want to address the elephant in the room. So I only found out there's an elephant in the room because I was interested in something that I looked up on Reddit. And while I was there, I was like, oh, what are some other things that I'm interested in? So I clicked on the case, the case of Florida State University law professor Daniel Markel. And then I found out that there's been a lot going on. And since I found that out, since there's like disagreements with people or sort of, problems between creators, then I couldn't unsee it. And then I became aware that in the creators that I watched, that they were impacted by this, that they sounded different, that they weren't covering things the same way, that everybody was being very careful, that there were, concerns about one another. And then I thought about some time back when I had watched the creator called Brother Counsel, and he covered many true crime cases, legal aspects of them. And he said something about the Adelson effect. And that was that whenever he covered anything about this case, that he would get like a barrage of comments where people were kind of really unkind or very critical. And that made me think about maybe my own reactions to things. Like if I see a creator who's not very familiar with the case and puts a lot of things in there that are not quite accurate, I realize that I do have a reaction. And then I thought, well, what's going on with me that I'm doing that? Because I don't know any of these people. I appreciate their content, but they're not real relationships. I don't know these people. I don't know the victims or the alleged perpetrators of the crime. I'm not in contact with anybody in the family, and I wouldn't feel comfortable just somebody who's watching cases on TV and having reactions to it based on probably my own life. So it just struck me that, this was something that I was really interested in because it was a case that had taken so long for this family to be accountable while other players, with regard to the murder, had been brought to justice. And also the fact that the Markel family had been denied access to their grandchildren, except for, small amounts. And that I thought that was pretty terrible. And then I had people who had connections to Miami Beach, and thank goodness are no longer there. And so the fact that some of what had occurred there, such as the bump and everything, had been familiar to me. That's what interested me in the case. But I see all the creators that I watch, and I do have a tendency to enjoy the female creators. I don't know what that is also about me. Like I did like Surviving the Survivor whenever Carm was on there. And then, I just have enjoyed a lot of the female creators who talk about this. And I mean, I appreciate the legal commentators, but, just people talk about, what's going on with this family, or, reading things out loud. And when, some of the people have been very funny and just really understanding the points of this and how people's behavior exposes their motivations and how they think they're fooling us when really we see right through them. Those are the things that interested me about this case. But I see everybody's affected. And I'm hoping that everything will settle down. And once again, when there's the next trial and things start to happen, we'll all be, just interested in the case, and there'll be less tension. Then again, maybe not. Celebrate uncertainty.